morning. It's Friday, July 26th. Thank you so much for joining us on this edition of WEX Wakeup. I'm Natasha Sweet. House Speaker Mike Johnson is at the southern border in California promoting Republicans' election integrity bill.
There's yet another caravan of immigrants heading to the border to get in here, and of course they want to come in before the election.
The Speaker's visit comes as Republicans are shifting their attention to Vice President Kamala Harris, emphasizing her role as the Biden administration's border czar. Just hours before, all Republicans and 6 Democrats voted to condemn Harris for the issues happening at the southern border. California has been a hotspot for border crossings, particularly San Diego, which is south of San Ysidro. Johnson and Representative Darrell Issa noted the amount of gotaways and harmful fentanyl seeping into the country.
And these open border policies have hurt San Diego. Once the safest large city in America, we are not.
But the left is pushing back about Harris's border duties.
And the vice president was not a border czar. They are making that up.
Johnson urges Biden and Kamala to reinstitute Remain in Mexico and to end the catch and release policies. The White House was pressed by reporters as to why Biden ditched his reelection bid, but did not give a straight answer.
Why he stepped aside, you talked about how he believed it was in the best interest of the country to step aside, but why did he believe he was going to lose to Donald Trump?
Look, I think that the president actually answered this question. I think the American people think he answered the question. He said, I revere this office, but I love my country more.
The president had previously outlined a few reasons he might leave the race. This included his health or if polls showed he could not win.
Put time and a place for new voices, fresh voices, yes, younger voices.
And while he did not say so explicitly, Biden implied he felt he could not win the race. Vice President Kamala Harris met privately with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu after not being present during his speech.
Admiral John Kirby spoke at the White House press briefing, assuring the public how deeply and strongly the president feels to achieve a ceasefire and get the hostages back from Hamas. When asked about Harris's stance on America's involvement in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, Kirby spoke to Harris's involvement in Biden's foreign policy.
She's been a full partner in our policies in the Middle East, particularly with our policies towards Israel and the war in Gaza, a full partner. Been involved in nearly every conversation that the president has had with the prime minister, and very much engaged throughout.
President Biden will be meeting for the second time with the families of the hostages.
He has said so publicly himself. He wants to get the hostages home, and the Israelis, the government, Prime Minister Netanyahu, has been working with us to try to get that deal over the finish line. That said, as I mentioned at the top, there's still some gaps that remain, and we're going to be talking to the Prime Minister today about closing those gaps.
The Admiral did not explain what those gaps were, but instead said the administration is closer than ever to closing those gaps and compromising to get the hostages home and putting an end to the war. I'm Ileana Owen-Alcala with the Washington Examiner.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for this edition of WEX Wake Up. For more stories, be sure to head on over to our website and give us a follow on social media so you can stay in the know on all that's trending in politics. Have a wonderful weekend.